What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Listen, y'all probably heard Porsha and Simon are getting divorced. Porsha was the one that filed, but baby, um, the former Mrs. Gubadia. I know you're asking which one because it's like 4, 5, 50, 1100. Falynn Penna has entered the chat. We are going to talk about that. We are also going to talk about why Porsha filed for divorce. Y'all, what y'all mean why Porsha filed for divorce? Some people in the back didn't want to see it. Simon has been exposed on a national level that first of all, he's going to be deported, probably will be banned from ever entering the country again. Yes, he was a green card holder. However, one of the things that can deny you entry forever is committing fraud on your application. Baby, Simon's middle name might as well be Simon the Fraud Gabodia. Second of all, is Simon's name even Simon? We're gonna call him Simple Simon for the purposes of this video. Okay, y'all, let's get into this because this is very, very, very important. Okay. First of all, Simon did not disappoint. Everybody's wondering what went wrong. Everybody's wondering what's wrong. My source is saying we're not gonna have to wait for long because baby, Simon is gonna air Porsha out just like he tried to air Falynn Penna out. Oh, y'all don't remember? Y'all don't remember a man that first said that she had been cheating on him for over a year? Y'all don't remember a man that when Falynn gave text messages being like, we had already broken up. And yeah, that was messy, but we had already broken up. That Simon had sent her and him wishing well to Jalen and then showing videos on a carefully consorted thing because he was so mad that Falynn was moving on unbothered. Now, we're not going to revisit the Falynn and Simon thing, right? We are going to get into Falynn Penna's comments on the situation. But let me just say this, right? Who here is surprised? Honestly, because here's the thing. I do believe at one point, Porsha didn't know about Falynn's scamming. Simon's scamming ways. I do think that after Falynn did 1,050,011 interviews, literally saying that, you can check my page. She did an interview with me, a whole bunch of other YouTubers, right? When she did that, she literally aired out his game. She said that Simon's office don't got any furniture. It's just a printer sitting on the floor. Simon don't got any employees. Simon don't have anything. Simon don't work. She never saw Simon go into the office. She never really met any employees. What did Porsha do right after that? Porsha went into protecting Simon mode. She literally went out of her way to boost up his image as this high-powered businessman. Remember when they posted what is it? A picture at one of Simon's restaurants that closed down, by the way. And Simon wasn't even owner. He was minority. He had to pay his check like everybody else. He don't even got a tab at the place. Remember when she was showing them, oh, look at hubby working while they were in Dubai and doing this and doing that. You lay next to that man every day. Y'all know y'all don't do nothing but sitting there on the his and her love seats, blocking and deleting comments and trolling people on Instagram because, baby, the whole life is make-believe. You cannot tell me that Porsha didn't know. Now, did Porsha know that he was about to be deported? I wouldn't think so. But let me ask you this. Who is going to get the Costa Rica rental? Porsha never got her name on that house. She was a glorified roommate. She's moving back in with her mama, literally leaving with less than Falynn came in with. She didn't even make it to 2 years. I said none of Simon's relationships, marriages last more than 2 years. She didn't even make it to 2 years. She made it to 15 months. In the words of, let me just pull this young lady up because she actually had me keen. Okay. Philip Lewis said, Porsha Williams falls for divorce from Simon Gabodia after 15 months of marriage. Jason Okunde said, after wearing 7 wedding dresses. Communist Pikachu said, a wedding dress for every 2.143 months of marriage. Now, here's the thing. When I say Porsha's smart, Porsha knows how to save herself. Now, listen to me. I'm not saying that us thinking individuals can't see past our smoke screen because everybody saw who Simon was. The only people that didn't want to believe the fantasy because you were trying to get a couple of dollars, and baby, you've been scammed yourself. Porsha is very smart at just jumping to the next thing. We all saw what she did with Phaedra and that lie and that scheme. What did she do? She jumped into another victim mode. The only people that ate it up were people that wanted to eat it up. At the end of the day, baby, ignorance is bliss, and Porsha is very blissful. Again, Porsha ain't talking to us. She's smart for the people in the back seats. The way that this man's ex-wife exposed him for being a scammer, the way I came and gave y'all the receipts. Y'all called me crazy. I know I keep saying I told you so, but it warms my heart. The way nobody could find one employee, one working business, nothing except for fake bios and a website that when you call it, nobody ever answers and nobody returns emails. And y'all want to believe this man? Okay, he ain't worth 400 million. He worth 40 million. So what changed? Why did Porsha file for divorce? Well, Ray Sunny said on Twitter, Porsha stole that lady's husband, thought she landed a whale, found out he was just a scamming a tilapia and ran. She came back to the show because Porsha needs the money, but y'all are going to spin it like this is a finesse and she's playing 3D chess. The girl is dumb. Okay, but she knows how to keep it moving. I will give her that. Again, I got to ask, is this the funeral that Porsha was talking about? Remember, she said there's going to be 3 weddings and a funeral. Is the funeral the death? Or Porsha spent how much of her own money, it's rumored, fronting on Instagram because she couldn't let everybody know what thinking people could see. You had bad intentions. You ran up into that lady's house. You stole her man. You realize that you stole nothing. Ask me this. Let's get into Falyn's response. Do you know what Falyn's response has been so far? Falyn's response has been silence. Sources are saying that Falynn actually just wants the reality of the situation is to speak for itself. Remember, I told y'all exactly 2 years ago? Do y'all really think that there is a woman dumb enough that if your husband is worth 500 million, he is the perfect mate, the perfect father. He loves you to death. He supports you. He wants to be big. He lavishes you with gifts and puts you up in a beautiful mansion. You don't even have to leave a finger. Do you think, because let's be real, do you think for one instance that anyone would be seriously dumb enough to mess that up? Nobody throws away a good man. Nobody. Well, that's not true. But nobody throws away a good man that's worth $500 million. That's being a good man to you. Why? For what? Even if Falynn was out there cheating, she could have just kept on cheating. For what? For what? Porsha thinks that her love finally broke this evil curse that Simon said that Falynn had over his eyes. Y'all, they're saying that Falynn is being silent because she already told y'all there ain't nothing more to say. Remember when all y'all were like, clearly Falynn was the problem because look how good Simon's looking since he's with Porsha. Baby, that ain't nothing but alleged Ozempic. Think for yourself and some damn Photoshop. Because we've seen Simon, well, we haven't, but people have seen Simon's face in real life. And baby, it ain't nothing nice. Those jowls are jingling. Ooh, right? But let's get back into this. Look, Simon looking good, living his best life, doing all this mess. And look at Falynn, single, still out here posting thirst traps. My. Who's the problem now? Because Simon just created another family. Porsha should be thanking God that she didn't have a baby with that man. Because he would have gotten her pregnant. Simon don't care nothing about making a family. Simon don't care nothing. He don't fear God. He don't care about introducing his kids to his new wife, having her play mommy, and then shutting that down 15 months later. Simon, a man that got how many kids, was in Dubai for how many months? And Porsha saw him 2, maybe 3 times. Don't let that Instagram feed fool you. Porsha saw him maybe 2, maybe 3 times out of 4 months. So he's living in Dubai. Ask yourself how many times his kids saw him. It was all an act. The same way Falynn said Simon did A, B, and C to me. He is doing C, D, and F, and G to Porsha. Had her give up all her bags, just like Falynn had to give up all her bags. Falynn had a shipping company. That's where he got that life from. He took Falynn's life. Falynn had a modeling career. Falynn was doing little things. He had her give up everything, focus full time on being in the house, being a mom to his children. Falynn was the one that went and had Simon fight to get some type of custody of his children that he wasn't interested at the moment. She fought for all that. He turned around and told Porsha she was just never mom. And that Porsha did the same thing Falynn then, turned into Mrs. Mom, had the same allowance Falynn had. She didn't get the cars Falynn had, right? I guess he learned from Falynn, right? You turned around, had the same cars as Falynn, a fraction of it. You wanted to get a bigger house than Falynn. You literally let yourself be scammed by a scammer, all because this was all about Falynn, right? You wanted to show Falynn what she lost and what you got. For all y'all thinking Porsha's a girl's girl. So why is Falynn choosing silence? Well, y'all, the sources are saying that things speak to themselves. Now that Simon made another family, remember when Falynn said, why are you talking about having a baby? Simon is infertile. That's why when Simon was screaming, I want a paternity test. That ain't my baby. Falynn was like, sir, I never told you this is your baby, because you and I both know that you can't have children. Remember the doctor said you drink too much? Remember the doctor said you were too out of shape? Remember the doctor said you were too old, that your buddies aren't swimming anymore? Yeah. And Porsha went on the thing about she's trying to have a baby. She gave that up. Porsha was remember how Falynn was like, Simon don't really gel with her, don't really try to be a father to either his kids or her kids. And Porsha went out of her way to sit Pilar on Simon's lap. Talking about that's daddy, a whole village. Everybody was like, why would you be having your daughter getting attached to a man that you just met? You don't know what's going on. Y'all not even that solid. She said, shut up. It takes many things. And I got a father in my house. Now what? You think Pilar's asking where Simon is? Again, as much as people want to big up Porsha for chasing the bag, we have to admit that thinking people were warning as a cautionary tale, y'all, this ain't stable. Why? It had nothing to do with Porsha or Falynn. Let's be real. Porsha was mad, grimy, and she got her karma. Porsha got her karma. She's out here looking stupid. She's looking broke. She literally rewound. She don't even got her job on Dish Nation anymore. She rewound, and now all she is a reality TV star, right where Bravo wants her. And they gonna humiliate her this season. And it's gonna be a good season because, baby, I'm gonna tune in. Now, people are saying that Porsha already thinks that she's not talking about it, right? Just like she did with Dennis. People already see, but if this shows you anything, how can anybody believe Porsha? Porsha was just at Nene's house for the birthday party for Nene's son. Not even last night or the day before. Playing patty cake with Simon when she knew she was falling. She did a Jeezy on Simon. Yeah. That's actually pretty funny. Porsha was just in Dubai, showing everybody her fabulous life. Porsha is all smoke and mirrors, and baby, that's what makes the best housewives in the world. But baby, at this point, this is a mic drop. Falynn is quiet because at the end of the day, the proof speaks for itself. Who's the problem? Who's the issue? Who's the one that makes families and breaks them? Who's the one that will play daddy to kids just to get closer to the mother and then drop them and not look back? Who's the one that got the history? It looks like it's Simon Gaboria. And baby, we can't feel sorry for Porsha. Porsha lied for this. Porsha schemed for this. Porsha flaunted for this. Porsha literally was hand in hand helping him perpetrate the fraud. The issue is, right? And this might be the reason why Porsha is, you know what? I'm going to have to save that for the live. I'm going live later, y'all, to get into this as the why Porsha fled in the dark of night undercover. Shout out to Porsha for doing the Jeezy example of how you divorce babies. Smile on their face and make sure they don't see them coming. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.